Hello and welcome to the Carnegie Murrumbeena Report. It is March 2025. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel.
You are
good to be back, Gary.
It is good to be back. I'm finding it a bit hard to keep a straight face because I've just found out that our cameraman, our videographer, has been involved in filming adult movies. You know, the sort of X-rated ones. So I'm not quite sure. I feel a little bit odd here with you, Leo. Not that there's anything wrong with that sort of industry, but
some people have extra hobbies, Gary. You know, we like real estate. Some people like filming and editing.
Exactly right. Anyway, we'll try to keep our mind on the job. The job of real estate and keeping people informed as to what is going on out there in the world of real estate, Leo, because it's our first one for the year. We're wrapping up January and February. We're in March. We've got the next 3 months, which are busy months in front of us. Next quarter, because April, May, June, particularly May and kind of half April, half June are very, very busy months. So how's it feeling out there?
It's been great. Definitely the mood has definitely shifted in terms of when the interest rates came down the other day. Hasn't sort of triggered a flurry of buyer activity and record results of 20, 30% over reserve type thing, but definitely good to see new buyers come to the marketplace. If these interest rates go down in succession, I think we're going to see many more happy sellers out there.
Well, it seems to have brought a lot of people to the back interest in a property again. I think a lot of people feel that it's more affordable now for them, firstly, but secondly, and this is probably the biggest issue with interest rates, is the uncertainty of what maybe people might have to pay tomorrow in an increased environment. Right. And of course, people did get very much caught out when you had 10 increases.
No light at the end of the tunnel. You just didn't know, and you get re-rated with the banks every month.
After the Reserve Bank promised basically no increases, then they just said, oh, sorry, we were wrong, times 10. It got people a little bit miffed and a bit stunned, but I think now there are a lot of people that have retreated, that have surfaced again. There seems to be this kind of big crew of people, buyers, collection of buyers, I don't know if there's a different name for a group of buyers, just sort of waiting, poised and looking, kind of jockeying for position, getting ready to strike, and
free wide, no cover.
Yeah, to use a racing term.
One out, one back. You like?
I think they're one out, one back, or they're just on the fence actually, just getting ready to just emerge out and make their move.
That's right,
and that's how it's feeling at the moment. There's not a lot of FOMO. By FOMO, people aren't scared they're going to have to pay a big premium tomorrow, but it could trigger any time. I think the market, could trigger with a lot more people jumping in. I think when people jump in, a lot will jump in.
It's always
it could change very quickly.
We've been doing this for a long time, and that herd mentality. You look at the quiet times. Why wouldn't you pounce? Because look, whatever you buy in Victoria, you tend to buy. You pay 5% for stamp duty, but property should always be a long-term, play. But also the fact that you look at property in terms of general growth. People, wait 1, 2, 3 years. It doesn't necessarily happen. We've seen even with the rental market, that's really shifted because. I think the investors are starting to return back because with the interest rates going down last year or two, the rents have gone up. So it represents a great yielding proposition too. It's much more higher than before we're getting sort of 4 or 5%. We've got landlord clients getting stuff at 7, 8%, and they're borrowing, under 6% again, or close to 6% now, which is good.
Yeah, it is evident that some landlords are coming back. I mean, a lot sold out. A lot of them just got, cracked it when they started with the land tax going up and up and up. But then, there's a lot of people think, well, now's a time where the market's bottomed out. I can get some capital gain, I can lock my money away, I can get a reasonable, not a great, but a reasonable return, but my money is locked, it's hedged against inflation, I've got some forced savings, and also I am going to get some gain in the years to come. So I think there is that mentality, and it's going to be a very interesting year, I think, with the election coming up as well, which I think a lot of there'll be a lot of platforming from both sides of politics saying we're going to make housing, a priority, build some more housing. So I don't know whether that's going to actually make prices stabilise a little bit, but there's nothing to suggest that going forward, prices are going to go backwards. It's more likely, just a matter of how much and when prices are going to go ahead.
And it's one thing with Australians, they like certainty. So with the next federal election, give or take, a few years with a government in play, and what happens on a state level is another factor as well, which we will know in time.
Talking on our sister show at GPTV about actually having an auction or open for inspections on the election day, and I think it's a pretty vibrant day. I think I don't feel like there'll be any issue.
I don't think at all. Only if you're next to a polling booth. I think that's the only issue. We traditionally don't do auctions on like Easter or long weekends. For the fact is, you don't want to have a reason where there's doubt. But if it's not actually a public holiday, it's not a big deal. And we know through COVID, when this room where we used to film so many auctions, we brought it all together. If someone wants to buy it, they'll come.
And we know on election day, there's a lot of people that are out and about.
That's right.
So could well build up your crowd for your auction and even make it a greater success than
And
we
also
planned
while our
already.
footy teams aren't as doing as good, so it's also a good reason to be out. You know, Essendon and Carlton, you know. Is the year over for you guys? Are you already done? Is Essendon touch and go? But at least we played Hawthorn first round. So
I think there's just about anything else we could talk about that's going to be lighter than that, because that's a very, very heavy and very sad story. Now, the Grand Prix been run and won. Do you know who won it?
Yeah, of course I do.
Who won it?
Norris. Lando
Chuck-
Calrissian from
Chuck
Star
Norris,
Wars.
eh?
No, Lando
Lando
Norris, the chap from McLaren.
You know, it's unbelievable because, I mean, I like to think I'm a reasonably enlightened person. I had no idea who won the Grand Prix. You know, it's a couple of days ago already, but
We
we're so
know.
busy with auctions.
We
and
know
stuff.
for different other reasons, but that's all right. So
yeah.
that's
Well,
okay.
we haven't. Did you punt on the Grand Prix?
Yeah, had it into something small and we got up, so we were
It's
right.
multi,
So
fair
but
enough.
that's
Okay.
okay. But the Australian guy, poor guy,
What happened?
he took the corner really fast and he sort of got stuck and it was wet and he couldn't get out. But anyway, that's racing
really?
for you.
So the Aussie didn't do so well, and he should know better too, being local. Anyway, is he from Melbourne, the Aussie, or not? Or do we
Don't
not
know.
know?
Let's
Anyway.
call it Australia.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's
move
talk
on.
about some results, Gary.
Let's talk about some of the sold results. We've had some very popular sold results, and none more popular perhaps than the property that we just sold in Perth Street in Murrumbeena. Now, Murrumbeena, if you had told me, or if we had told you as the viewers, oh look, we're going to get $3 million for a house in Murrumbeena or for homes in Murrumbeena. If we had said that a few years ago, I think we would have been, you know, carted off somewhere to the nut house because no one would have thought we were normal saying that.
That's exactly right, Gary. And this home at 6 Perth Street, you've got to love a builder's own home. The period home with the modern extension, set over 2 levels. Well, this one at 6 Perth Street was so competitive. Last Saturday at auction, we had 4 bidders going for it. Fabulous result, close to 2,886,000 to be exact. Sold it to a local buyer that lives in Carnegie, didn't want to get their hands dirty and do an extension themselves, so pretty much took on something as new in terms of renovations, and will enjoy it in time.
And it's not the only sale we've made, just a smidge under 3 million. Longstaff Street in Carnegie also was 2,950,000.
Well, that's pretty much another top-end result, and we do a lot of these top-end sales in that Carnegie pocket. And it was really funny because years ago, this was the old Murrumbeena secondary estate, sort of land that was subdivided, and it was sort of double block. It was the old tennis court and like a early 90s style home. But it got rezoned in the McKinnon zone, so the demand for that area kicked on even more so near Packer Park. Sold before auction to a lovely family, and also on behalf of Philip's clients, a really lovely family that owned it. Sold for $2,950,000.
And, you know, when you think about it, we've just sold a property in Caulfield South for just under $5 million. So, you know, when you look at the surrounding suburbs now, we're going to see a lot of beautiful homes go in the market now. It'll be interesting to see the first $4 million Carnegie or Murrumbeena home. I'm not sure we've had a $4 million sale.
3.8. We've had 3.8 and 3.8 for Murrumbeena.
Yeah.
And we had $3,750,000
in
Carnegie.
So we're looking forward to those $4 million sales, but Caulfield South now is approaching $5 million. So there is a whole new market. On a more level playing field for a lot of people, let's talk about the sale at 27 Albert Road in Carnegie. That was sold well within its range. It was expected to get around the high 4s up to 1.6 and sold within its range. Great home.
Good result there as well, just sub 1.6 there. But yeah, those period homes, Gary, in that sort of Carnegie Ormond pocket between Oakley and Lilla Road, also a hot spot near Kilvington as well, which is a great score.
230 Bourne Road was a popular auction. You had the auction honours and it sold for 1,788.
Yeah, that was a competitive auction on that Sunday morning a few weeks back. It was my first auction for 2025, and yeah, great to see 3 bidders go for this one. Lovely home. You know, it had a really nice facade with a great extension, but it had room to improve in time, so you're not paying for someone else's renovation. Buyers live in Caulfield and wanted something special, and they got that one.
Brett Street, Murrumbeena, around the corner from the Oasis Bakery, sold within its range, between 1.3 and 1.4 was expected.
Yeah, that's great, Gary. You drive by there, but you've stopped eating those shawarmas for a while, so it's good that you stopped by to that auction and came and see me do my action with the auction that twilight evening. We sold it for $1,375,000 to a lovely owner-occupier as well, and we keep in the lookout because we've actually got next door in the same subdivision. They're brand new, coming up as well.
Looking forward to it. 75 Morgan Street, Carnegie, another popular one. Mark Kirkham was the agent
you auctioned that, didn't you?
That, and I was the agent that auctioned that, and first time in many, many years. Sold beyond its range. It was expected between 1.6 and 1.7. And congratulations to the buyer, who was a local, just kind of had their eye out, and their family living in the streets close by. So well done to
Well,
them.
I can tell you, Gary, that pocket, and we'll cover off on a few listings in a moment, but I reckon that pocket is going to kick even more so because the Carnegie pools are back in action. And if you haven't seen our Gary Peer website, where I did a bit of a discussion on that presentation, and we might flip through some of the photos and about what we did with that site, or the pools there, because those facilities, long time coming. As a youngster, I used to spend a lot of time with my mates with the water slides and the hill there. And it's good that the Carnegie pools are back in action.
That's Morgan, Lyons and Miller, all those streets.
Neville, all that pocket, Moira, yep.
36 Howe Street, Murrumbeena was another one that Christian de Vries handled, and you're the auctioneer. Sold for $1,575,000. Tell us about that.
Just shows you the demand for houses and the market's back. We had 5 bidders compete for that one. $1,575,000 sold to a lovely owner-occupier as well.
And Izzy Anstey, one of our new recruits, doing a great job. She was involved in the sale at 7 at 19 Jersey Parade, Leor, which was sold for $625,000.
There you go. A modern 2-bedroom apartment, Gary. 5 bidders competed for that one. Only had the 1 bathroom, but the terrace was amazing there. Just shows you if it's what they want, the buyers, they'll pay for it. And it's sold to a lovely owner-occupier as well, first-home buyer, who really wanted it, had been through many a times, and I'm glad they're calling it home.
And those outdoor areas, those balconies or those
terraces, courtyards,
al fresco living, people just love it, don't they? And I guess maybe we learnt that in lockdown as well. In the whole COVID time, that if you've got somewhere outside you can enjoy, it's worth paying extra.
Yeah, big point of difference as well.
Absolutely. Now we've got some great properties coming up. We've got some twilight auctions which we've enjoyed.
We
One
do.
Of those
We love them.
Is coming up very, very quickly. In fact, it might just be on the same day this goes to air. It's in Warnock Road, Carnegie. Tell us a bit about this property.
A lovely villa unit there. We've managed it for a number of years on behalf of the most delightful landlord there as well. Aviv and Lydia selling this one. It's been very popular, and those single level villas, we called it years ago, Gary. Come down to the auction if you want. We'll have a coffee served up with our coffee van, but also if you're looking for a good entertaining auction to watch, I think this will go well.
We love selling in Hughesdale. We do plenty of it from our Carnegie and sometimes also from our other offices in Bentley and Caulfield as well. But this property in Paget Street's a great opportunity.
Once again, another single level villa unit. This one's been very popular, marketed by Christian de Vries and Dizzy Wang from our office. We're expecting a good outcome there, but single level villas, you look at those buyers missing out on those freestanding homes because they're limited with budgets, and they're gravitating to these homes because they've got house-sized proportions.
Boston Avenue, Malvern East is a wonderful spot, and Kevin Huang, one of our Mandarin-speaking agents, is handling that with Philip Kingston doing the auction, and that's coming up. What a great home that is.
Boston Avenue, a great pocket of Malvern East, near Chatston Shopping Centre, but a nice contemporary home there. A lot of interest as well. For those buyers not looking to buy a block of land and build, if you want something ready to move into and it's got all the bells and whistles, check that one out.
McPherson Avenue in Carnegie, what a beautiful looking home with its lovely LED light windows and fretwork and fantastic classic facade. You're the auctioneer for that home.
I am, and I love this home. Aviv and I have been chasing this listing for many years on behalf of some delightful clients of ours, and I'm so glad I'm bringing it to auction this week. We've had a lot of people through. The best between the old and the new. You've got the period home at the front with the extension, and Gary, we sell a lot of homes, and some people get the extension wrong where they lower the ceiling. This one, they've kept the ceiling height throughout. The most amazing in terms of presentation, the floor plans, what people want.
Neerim Road is, of course, a great spot, and we've got 3 properties coming up there. So close, of course, to Koonang Road with a hum and buzz. Have you familiar with the ice cream shop? Have you been there yet to the ice cream shop in Koonang Road?
Yeah, I like my ice creams. Unlike you like your Dixie cups and stuff, and I'm like pistachio and a bit of a mix then. He's the Neapolitan guy. But to answer your question, I've dropped a few kilos lately, so I haven't even eaten that place, but I see it all the time because I'm always in Koonang Road. But it's always busy. The queues are through the roof.
Rules are there to be broken, and you've got to go and break your rule and have an ice cream. I like all the caramel, those sort of flavours. They're not very good for you. Your 3 auctions in Neerim Road. 10 at 250 Neerim Road is one that you are going to be auctioning, and a great looking home. Yeah,
so this one is a split level residence. It's sort of in between, we call it split level residence because it's a sort of a townhouse, but it's got the reverse living, and it's great. I think in terms of accommodation, if you want something modern, contemporary, the amazing position near the Koonang Road shops. It's a great split level, 2 bedrooms, got the garaging and a nice boutique block.
Graham Callan is, of course, one of our 3 auctioneers in Carnegie, between yourself and David Thompson and Graham. This time he's the auctioneer at 7 at 184 Neerim Road.
got to love 2-bedroom solid brick apartments nestled at the middle of the block. This one's had a nice renovation as well. Check out that one if you're an investor or a first-home buyer.
And Neerim Road, of course, extends through to Murrumbeena, and you are the auctioneer for 479B Neerim Road in Murrumbeena. Tell us
What
about
a special town residence we have here today, right near Boyd Park precinct there, close to all the shops in the Murrumbeena village there. The most amazing fit out there. The owners there, like, the presentation is second to none. I love the fact that it's got a massive bedroom on the ground level, but on the second floor as well, or the first floor, I should say, has another master bedroom that's palatial with an ensuite bathroom. But check it out.
Checking it out, great ones. There were some great homes in Munster Avenue, some big blocks of land, some beautiful homes.
Do you like the Munsters?
I love the Munsters. Herman Munster was a bit of a favourite. It was a good show in the 70s. You're a bit too young for it, I would have thought. 138 Munster Avenue is going to be your auction. Tell us about this home.
2-bedroom villa units in a subdivision of 4. This one's in the front. Another one, great downsizer option or investment, or first home buyer will love that one as well.
Neville Street, Carnegie, a fine home, and that goes under the hammer in the 29th of March, 12:30. Tell us a bit about it.
Single level home, 4 bedrooms, north facing rear, in that pocket we spoke about near the Carnegie pools. Check that one out if you're looking for something contemporary. I love that home.
Christian De Frace and Dizzy Wang, they like to sell the expensive ones, don't they? They sell them all, but they love to sell these expensive homes, and they get some beauties, including this one in Omama Road in Murrumbeena.
And once again, we love selling in the Boyd Park precinct, and I can tell you this home's been very popular to the marketplace. Another top-end home for the team, 5 bedrooms in terms of accommodation. It's a special one. It's got massive land upside as well. But a buyer the buyers scout out for this position, and when they don't come up often. When they do, they always do well.
Once in a lifetime opportunity, that one. Look forward to getting you through there. And Mernda Avenue, Carnegie, is where we will finish our property wrap. And you're the auctioneer for this one, Leo. Tell us a bit about it.
Another popular offering in terms of accommodation. This one, set over 2 levels, a contemporary home with the pool. I love the floor plan here, and it's got scope to improve the bathrooms in time. I've had a lot of traffic through that one. Buyers missing out on that sort of Caulfield, Glen Huntly, Ormond pocket are gravitating towards this one. I expect this one will be a strong outcome in the end. Looks like it's going to be a popular one, as so many of our homes are and have been, and we're looking forward to bringing some of the best homes, well, certainly the best selection, luckily enough. And thank you to those sellers who entrust us to sell the best homes in Carnegie and Murrumbeena. Looking forward, we've got a busy quarter coming up with the April, May, June, and then of course we get into winter. It gets a little bit quieter, and then it sort of picks up. Before you know it, we'll be singing jingle bells, we'll be working out the Melbourne Cup winner, and we'll be planning, and we'll be going to the grand final. Before you know it, all happens before us, doesn't it? Not That's
long
right.
to go. The year moves fast. That is a big wrap with the Carnegie Murrumbeena Report. Thanks for tuning in. We'll look forward to seeing you next quarter. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel. Have a fantastic week.